Yo, what up? This is King James here with DraftKings and my Week 6 picks. Bam! Let's get into it. Thursday night game, we got the Eagles, man, at the Giants, live from New York. I'm going with the Eagles in this. Tough loss for them. A lot of frustrations going on with their offense. I figure they're going to pick it back up, man, on a primetime game and go to 5-1. Now we got the London game on Sunday, the first game, 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, 6:30. If you up that early, I will be, West Coast time. You got the 3-2 Broncos at the 0-5 Jets. I got the Broncos improving to 4-2. Then we start with the Sunday slate, the 1 o'clock games. We got the 1-4 Browns at the 3-1 Steelers. I got the Steelers, man. I mean, it's obviously, you guys know I'm a big time Browns fan, but it's always tough to win in Pittsburgh for my Browns. Second game on that slate, we got the Dolphins going to the 3-2 Chargers. Now, the Chargers started 3-0 to start the season, but I see them picking it back up after 2 straight losses and going to 4-2. Then we got the 3-2 Patriots. Big time win, man, versus Buffalo in Buffalo, going to the 1-4 Saints. Saints had a good week last week. Rashid Shahad, man, big time catch, took it, I think it was 80-some yards, one of the fastest guys in the NFL. And the Patriots, like I said, big time win, man, Sunday night game, versus the Bills. That's gonna be a tough one. I do see the Patriots, winning that game, going to 4-2. They're playing some good football right now. Drake May looks very good. Then we got the 3-2 Rams versus the 1-4 Ravens. I don't think anybody would think, through 5 games that the Ravens would be sitting at 1-4, and even add insult to injury, no Lamar Jackson. We saw how that depleted their team last week, versus the Texans. And the Rams coming off a tough loss, at home versus the Commanders. I see them going to 4-2 versus the Ravens, sending them to 1-5. We got the 2-3 Cardinals headed to the 4-1 Colts. I think the Colts continue to do it. I think they're the most under the radar team right now. No one's talking about them. I think they'll keep it going. Jonathan Taylor's playing great football right now. Just super solid. So they go to 5-1. Then we got the 3-2 Seahawks going into the 4-1 Jags. Now this is going to be a great game. The Seahawks also flying under the radar. The Jags are not flying on the radar no more, especially after that big-time win they just had versus, the KC Chiefs, man, in Jacksonville on Monday night. That was a great game. I see them going to 5-1. I think they keep it going. I know Seattle's a tough team, but that's a tough transition from Seattle all the way down to Jacksonville. Time difference, time zone difference. Jags stayed home. Hopefully, I don't think they're going to get too comfortable yet after the game, and it is a big possibility. It's a trap game for the Jags. You always kind of have a letdown after you beat a worthy opponent like, the Kansas City Chiefs. But if they want to make the next step, this is the game to get. So I do see them going to 5-1. Then we got the 2-1 Cowboys at the 2-3 Panthers, who've been playing some pretty good ball as of late. But Dak Prescott, man, listen, we need to give due. Where it needs to come, give him his dues, because he has been balling. He's been cooking. Even without his number 1 receiver, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens has stepped it up, look like a number 1 receiver. Their offense looks amazing right now, and I got them going to 3-2-1. Then we go to the 4 o'clock slate games. We got the 1-4 Titans at the 1-4 Ravens. Man, both teams have just been playing, obviously inconsistent football. As Geno Smith has been turning the ball over a lot lately. The Rook, Cam Ward, did get his first win last week in comeback fashion. But I do see the Raiders at home. Hopefully they can get it together and pick up that second win at home. We got the 4-1 Niners at the 4-1 Buccaneers. Now, this might be one of the games of the day, along with what was the other game that I actually liked seeing too? The Seahawks game, Seahawks versus Jags. But this is going to be a great game. Mac Jones has been doing this thing with Brock Purdy being out. Brandon Ayuk, he's still been out. George Kittle's still been out, and they still been winning that defense. But Mac Jones he's been balling. The 4-1 Buccaneers has been playing great. Obviously, my guy Mike Evans is still sidelined. But, that team has been playing great on both sides of the ball. Levante David had a big-time interception to kind of seal that game last week, versus the Eagles. So I got the Bucs going to 5-1. I know the Niners been playing great, but I got the Bucs going to 5-1. We got the 2-3 Bengals with the new acquisition in Joe Flacco. Does he start? Does he not start? I'm not sure. Headed to the 2-1-1 Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. I got the Packers coming out being, they'll end that game and they'll win. And I see them going to 3-1-1. Sunday night game. It's going to be another game, another tough game. We got the 4-1, Lions at the Chiefs, and obviously the Chiefs sitting, they tough loss last week, versus the Jags in Jacksonville. And you got a tough Lions team coming in there, man. And the Chiefs just look a little bit off right now. I'm gonna be honest. They're not getting many, passes down the field. Obviously, Xavier Worthy is trying to come back. They're still without, their big time receiver Rice, but I got the Lions keeping going, man. They do it on all sides. They do it on three fashion: offense, defense, and special teams. I see them going to 5-1, winning an Arrowhead. And then we got two games on the Monday night slate. We got the Bills at the Falcons, and we got the Bears at the Commanders. So let's start with the Bills at the Falcons. Obviously, Buffalo, first loss of the season last week versus the Patriots at home. They go down to Atlanta. I see them getting back on the winning slate. And then we got the 2-2 Bears headed to Washington to play the 3-2 Commanders. Now, Jaden Daniels is back. That offense looks back. Debo looked great. Ja'Cory Merritt, looked amazing last week in LA. I got the Commanders going to 4-2, and that will wrap up Week 6 picks. While I'm at it, I'm gonna pick my 3 touchdown, guys. I'm going to go with James Cook, on that Monday night slate. I'm also going to go with, who else been, playing some real, you know what? I'm going to take my rook, Emeka Egbuka in Tampa versus the Niners. And then I'm going to also go with, I'm going to stick with George Pickens, man. George Pickens been playing good football, playing against the Panthers. I see George Pickens getting in the end zone again. So we got George Pickens, we got Emeka Egbuka, and we got James Cook. So those are my 3 touchdown picks for Week 6.